So you mentioned now, sometimes employer might decide at some point, hey, this is too expensive. So they start the plan and then decide not to go on forward. Like, how does that work? Or can they does it just keep going, or do they do
Well,
that?
plans are supposed to be permanent, but nothing's permanent, and so there's a lot of things that are give and take on these things, and for the most part, what people do is they just need to, I think the most important question that I ask when I sit down with somebody, the very first thing I ask them is, why do you have a retirement plan? Because I want to get an understanding of what they're doing in their business that's making them do this. Do they have to compete with other employers for employees, and they want to give a comparable benefit, or are they trying to get people to do things? I also had a situation where a client was trying to teach its employees how they can affect or make a positive impact on the profitability of the company. So they taught their employees something called EBITDA. EBITDA is basically an acronym for a way that businesses evaluate how well they do by taking out things like depreciation and things that aren't real live expenditures, but it's really just seeing how the bottom line cash flow of the business does. And so I had the employer teach people what that meant, and it's such a good way to do things because you all get on the same page. I think one of the things that a lot of C-suite management doesn't understand is that people understand how you pay them, and they also understand if you do this, then you get that, and that's really the way these benefit plans should be established. We create opportunities for people. You can literally change behaviors. Another area that I work in, when I talk about ERISA, there's three broad areas. There's retirement plans, there's health plans, and there's also executive comp. But executive comp is a perfect example of a situation where you're trying to change the behavior of your employees because you're picking out a special benefit just for C-suite kinds of people. And so what you're doing is you're doing situations where if you do this, then you get that. And so, for example, a lot of times the bonus that gets put into an executive's plan might be based on the profitability of the company or them achieving certain sales goals or all different kinds of different ways to do it. And many times that benefit is built on that so that it's a win-win situation. If the company consistently does this whatever this matrix is that you're creating, then the owner is going to be happy because the value of the business is going to increase. And so you create a system where it's a win-win. This person gets a bigger bonus because they've done more things that create a more profitable business for the owner. And that's the nature of those benefits. And it's really understanding those benefits. And it comes back to that same question I started with. Why? Why are you doing a retirement plan? And same thing is true with health plans and executive comp. We always look at that as the reasons why we're doing these things, and we try to create a plan or a program that satisfies those goals, that creates those opportunities for people.